Namaste. Okay, so today our theme is the liver, flow like a liver. So I like this theme. We, so it's just imagine like a liver. So our life is like a flow of the liver. So our life is constantly moving and changing. So when we flow like a liver, we are equally like a liver able to adapt. So the liver have a many different environment and the situation. So we are able to equally adapt the obstacles like a twists and turns and sometimes very rough and rapid and sometimes slow and gentle. And the big waterfall can be taking our ground away and we must fall down, then splash and smash. Sometimes stay in the reservoir that, almost like there's no movement, nothing moves. And that can be frustrating sometimes. Like, our life can be want to move on, but that doesn't seem like a moving right direction according to what we think. So we encounter various situations and environment along the way, but we keep flowing. And we keep flowing to meet the ocean. The ocean is a vastness of space and water. So that's kind of a, theme of the practice, thinking to be like a liver. And we are able to be ready to encounter different situation and environment. Okay, in that mind, let's close our eyes to sit. And I like to keep the chin mudra, index finger, thumb tips together. I think I have mentioned before, but this is a great mudra for this season, fall. According to Chinese traditional medicine, we focus on the organs, two organs, large intestine, which helps to remove the toxin or unwanted stuff that whatever we eat and digest and it's removed from our body. Then the lungs, we are taking the oxygen, right? So that's kind of a receiving. But anyway, lungs and large intestine. So there's an energy flow, particularly the lungs like this, moving the energy from the heart, then to the thumb, then the large intestine, actually starting from index finger outside of the arm. But anyway, so that's connecting the loop of the energy, helps to direct the energy flow better, or otherwise it's energy is flowing away, scatter away to the environment, but we are bringing back to our body and to the brain. So let's close our eyes and connecting and feel the touch of the skin. Then we sit here and feel the ground underneath. Wherever the body part touch to the ground, we create a steady foundation, steadiness of our body. And from that steady foundation, we grow our body upward. And noticing the spine, vertically. Keep our body here and now. And spine become the center. And feel the top of your head reach into the sky. Then ground and top of your head. In between there is a spine, our center. Then relax the other parts of the body as we keep the center. Shoulder relax, soften our arms. And notice the belly out, then goes in as you inhale. And then exhale. And chest rise when you inhale. And then coming back when you exhale. Let's synchronize the breaths together. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, relax the shoulder, feel the ground. And inhale again. Continue. And notice the movement in your body. A movement of the oxygen, the traveling. And carbon dioxide moving and going out. So movement, whatever happening in our body, just imagine like liver, flow of the liver. And there's so many different ways to flow. Can be very slow or average speed. What is average speed to you? And maybe quicker, maybe short flow or long flow. And just noticing the flow of the liver inside of you. And just a few more breaths. And as you inhale, reach our hands out and up. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And bow your head. And set your intention or dedication for today's practice. And slowly open our eyes. Okay, so let's come onto our back. Lie down. And reach our hands out and up, out and over. Let's stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, point your toes, stretch, engage our whole body. Then on our exhalation, let it go. One more time. Take a big inhale, stretch. Then open your mouth, let it go. And spread yourself wide, like spreading your hands out, open, like a T shape. Then right leg goes up. Then cross your right leg over the left leg. Then we're gonna twist. So you can bend your right knee or you can straighten, however it's easier for you. Then keep feeling the openness of the chest. Then maybe roll onto your left side a little bit, so right shoulder floats up. Then releasing the lower back. Then if you like, you might make a big circle, straight arm. But if you want to be careful, bend your elbow. So when you bend your elbow, it's a little bit easier for your shoulder. But if you are okay, Stretch your arm to make a big circle slowly. And then changing the direction of the circle. To make our body feels big and wide and spreading. So today our intention is to make our transition more flow and smooth, like a flow in a river. So we are more mindful to move. So make our right leg come back to the center and to the ground. So we're gonna do other side. So left leg goes up and over to the right side and twist. You can bend your knee if you like. And twist and open our back. And then make a big circle with your left hand. So if you can look to the left side, I think that's more opens to the chest and the neck. Changing the direction if you like. I mean, when you are ready, yeah, you should do the both way. So as you move your hand smoothly, notice where you feel the stretch and open. Okay. Then slowly we'll be back to center. Hug both knees to the chest. Then hug your knees, and if you are comfortable, lift your head off the ground and chin towards your knees and become a small tight ball. And rolling side to side to massage the lower back. Then gradually release your head down to the mat and reach our hands to the sky and reach your legs up if that's available. Maybe touching to the toes or maybe not. And maybe catch any parts of the leg or toes if you can. So wherever you can touch to. Then lift your head if that's available. Then kind of legs together and lift your legs upward too. I'm gonna exhale, hug your knee to the chest. Then gently roll. I'm gonna do a few more times like that. Then stretch your leg and hands reach. Then lift your head and wherever you can reach to, catch the leg. Or you can climb your legs to reach towards your toes. And then exhale, hug your knees and gently roll. So we are using our core. So when you are lifting, so you are trying to lift your sits bone or lower, actually sacrum off the ground when you lift the leg. So lifting your legs high and lifting your upper body up to catch the leg wherever you can. So using our core and abdominal strength. Okay, lift it. And then exhale, let go. Hug your knees and roll side to side, relax your belly. All right. So now we're gonna roll back and forth if you are comfortable doing the rocking chair. So you might notice when you start, you are using your core to lift your sacrum up. Then that's how you kind of pump yourself to start rolling. So if you can lift your sacrum a little bit high using your core strength, do so a few times. And 3, 2, 1, come up, cross your leg and hands down to the mat. We step back, become tabletop. Palms under the shoulder, knees under the head. And tucking your toes under, palms down. Then inhale, right hand to the sky. Okay, so moving smooth and flowy. And bring our right hand under, right shoulder, right ear to the mat and twist. Then temple bone on the ground and give nice pressure. Then reach our left hand forward and touch the ground. Then relax our face and jaw. You can stay there, or if you like to explore, maybe left leg goes back to straighten, toes resting on the mat, or maybe lift your left leg up, or you can also slide your left leg to the left side. The right hand may catch to that toe. So there's so many ways to practice in this pose. But the whole time we are so aware of our jaw, our face to relax and soften, and opening the upper back, the shoulder, outer arm. And if you are lifting your legs, bring your knee down. Then we're gonna unwind, but remember we flow like a river. Left hand down and rising up, slow and steady, and right hand up, and then release. Let's do other side. So left hand up and open. Then left hand come under, left side of your head down to the mat. And especially temple bone having a nice pressure so we can relax our face. And right hand reach forward and be here to open our back, twisting. And also between the shoulder blade, have a nice openness there. Outer arm. Be here, or you might stretch your leg if you like. Right leg long, or toe down, or right leg lifted, or right leg goes to the side. Okay. And if you are lifting a leg, slowly bring your knee down. Right hand come close to the face and press yourself up. And left hand to the sky. And then exhale. Slowly release the hands. Okay, let's sit down. Then we bring our legs forward. Then bend your knees. Bring our belly towards your thigh and kind of curling yourself to catch any parts. So if you can catch the toes, do so. And maybe to the ankles, wherever you can catch. Then walking our sit bone. So moving right side and left side, and we walk our sit bone back to kind of straighten your leg. And relax. And notice the upper back, then back opens. And you can drop your head to find an openness to the back of the neck. Then foot arch. Bottom of the feet has a nice stretch too. Last breath. And then exhale. Release. Cross your leg. And then hands to the ground. Then we step back to downward facing dog. And look to your feet. The feet is a parallel, hip distance apart. That's very important. Hands, shoulder width apart. Then feet is a hip distance. Then relax your head and just find the length to the spine. So your head is heavy, and that helps you lengthen the spine. Then we're gonna gradually walking our feet forward. Take your time. Flowing like a lever. Then grab your elbows, swing side to side, bending forward. You can bend your knees a lot and belly resting on your thigh and head relax. If you like, you might swing your upper body side to side. Imagine that grass or water grass growing inside the water, like a kelp, and moving side to side. Okay, then release our hands and let's slowly lower ourselves up to standing. Take your time. Now with your inhalation, we lift our head so we don't get dizzy. Okay, so I'm bringing my two blocks to the front, the side by side, right side and left side. Then bring our feet together to the front of the mat. So I have a space to the back of me and palms together to heart center. And let's use our breath to move through the poses. We are flowing like a river. And inhale, hands reach out and up. So we are taking time today. And then looking up. And then exhale, bend your knees, bend forward. And reach our hands forward as much as you can. And maybe use the block, hands on the block. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, bend your knees, bend forward, relax your head, soften. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, bend forward, soften. And now bring your hands down to the mat and step back. You can be in tabletop or you can be in plank pose. And make sure to open your fingers wide, shoulder width apart. And navel in, inhale. Now exhale, bring your knee down, bend your elbows, belly to the mat. Then inhale, cobra. So in a cobra pose, we are opening the front of the body, point your toes to the back and chest open. And then exhale, put your hips back to child pose, or you can come to downward facing dog, your choice. And keep our breath smooth. And one more. And if you are child pose, lift yourself to table or downward facing dog. Then let's look forward, a step between our hands. Inhale, halfway lift. So top of your head is forward when you are halfway lift. So make it a little distinction here. And then exhale, we bend forward, soften your knees and head relax. Now one more time. So now we are using our core halfway left, tucking your navel in, lengthen the lower back, top of your head forward. And then exhale, bend your knees, bend forward again. Now from here, we're gonna come up, inhale, hands reach out and up, grounding our feet. Then exhale, palms together to heart center. All right, so let's bring our feet apart. So let's do breath of joy. So breath of joy goes like this. Inhale, hands forward, exhale to the side, inhale forward. Then on our exhalation, we say ha and bend your knees, drop down. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Also simply you can do up, hands goes up and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale. on. Few more times. And release. And feet is apart. We swing our arms and wrap your hands around your body. So let's do. So 4 times we want to tap the large intestine in front, the belly. Then we tap the kidney or waistline. Kidney is always great for the vitality and immunity. So let's go on and exhale. Exhale to twist. Relax your shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we come back to center. Okay. Then again, we're gonna step forward in front of the mat, please. And palms together to heart center. Okay. So let's do the one more time. Sun salutation. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, bend forward. And maybe hands on the block. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, right leg goes back. So you can use the block side by side. Then bring your right knee to the mat. So your left foot is front of the left knee or left knee over the left ankle, right? So if not, you want to bring your right leg more farther so you can protect your left knee. All right. Then moving our pelvis forward, you can keep using the block or you might hands reach up. And then find the length to the hip flexor, right side and the quad. And maybe lifting our sternum upward if that's available to you. And again, I'm using a right toe. Inhale, open. Then exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. So either you can just pull your hips back, you can keep your right knee down and lift your left toe up. Or you might straight your both leg, then bending forward. And of course, using a block helps. And relax our head. And bending forward. Last breath. And then exhale. Plant your left foot down, right knee down. And one more time, hands reach up. Or you can keep your hands onto the block or hands onto your left knee. Then moving our pelvis gently forward to keep the openness to the front of your right hip. Then exhale, pull your hips back, either right knee down or you can stretch your both legs and bend forward. Then if you can lift your left toe up, become dorsiflexion to stretch the back of the body. Then slowly release. Okay, so that was quite a dynamic movement. And bring your palms down. We step back, tabletop child pose or plank pose. Then go through vinyasa, chaturanga, and upward facing dog and downward facing dog. So when you are doing plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, pay attention to the upper body, upper torso, the shoulder. So try to expand the shoulder blade away. So don't shrug the shoulder. Shoulder doesn't come towards your neck, the ear. So keep your neck long, shoulder blade apart to move into the vinyasa movement. Okay. So if you are child pose, lift your hips up to table or downward facing dog. Then we walk forward. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, bend forward, relax your head. Then grounding your feet and realize. And hands reach out and up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. So now we're going to do the other side, the left side. Inhale, hands reach out and up. Exhale, bend forward. And use the block. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, left leg goes back. Then left knee to the mat. So checking your right knee, like to go same direction. If your right knee is beyond your toes, looks like that, then you want to step the right foot forward. So you might be just using a block and moving our pelvis forward, or hands onto your thigh, or hands to the sky, and move our pelvis and chest forward, opening the front. Then exhale, bring your hands to the block, then pull your hips back and lift your toes up. You can keep your knee down or stretch your both legs bend forward. So we are stretching the back of the body, and especially the calf Achilles tendon. All right, then release. One more time. Then move our pelvis forward, open our chest. So you can do with the block, hands up. Then exhale, bring your hands down, pull your hips back. And lift your toes. Then let's release and bring our palms down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog, child pose, or plank to chaturanga. So pay attention to the shoulder movement and keep our neck long whole time. Shoulder away from your ear. Okay, let's together inhale and open your mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, let's step between our hands. Inhale, halfway left. Then exhale, bend forward. Inhale, rising up. Hands reach out and up. Exhale, palms together to heart center. Okay, so let's do a balance pose. So you are welcome to come to the wall. You can lean to the wall at your back, or you can bring your hands onto the wall. Otherwise, we are in the middle of the room and on the mat. Okay, so let's bring our palms together and grounding our feet and finding the center. So as you zip your legs together, so find the vertical line in your center. We are keeping that center. Then gradually pick up your right foot. So left leg is down, right heel is going up. Then right toe can be inside of the left leg and sliding upward as much as you can. Then open your right knee out and right foot come inside of the thigh. You can use the hands inside of the thigh, or you can choose to be your toes touching to the ground and a foot is resting inside of the ankle. And feel the openness to the right side of the leg, inner groin. And it's a tree pose. You might be palms together to heart center. Or you can reach your hands out like a growing the tree. So even we are in the particular pose and steady and balancing, holding a pose, but our inside is like a flowing. We will keep breathing. One more breath. And then exhale, slide your foot inside of the leg and down to the mat, and palms together to heart center, feet together. All right, so let's do the other side. So I am grounding our right foot, then pick up my left heel first. Then we slide your left big toe inside of the right leg and lifting the leg as much as you can bring using a hip flexor. Then we open out. So wherever your foot is, inside of the ankle, you can keep the toe down or maybe to the calf, but avoid the knee area. Maybe to the thigh and tree pose. And you can change the hand position, palms together to heart center, or you can reach your hands out like a tree Smooth breath. Inhale. And then slowly exhale. Release. Bring our palms together. Then slide in your left foot all the way down to the mat. Excellent. Let's shake it back. Okay. So now we're gonna face to the longer side of the mat. So whichever you are comfortable. So you can see the screen and you can just face to the longer side of the mat. And I would bring the block in case to at your reach. Then the hands on your hip, and we're gonna gradually walking our feet away. So I do toes out and heels out and toes out and heels out gradually. Then feet is parallel to each other, or maybe toes slightly in. All right, inhale, hands reach out. And then exhale, let's bring our hands behind you, catch the elbows, or maybe palms together like a reverse namaste. Just keep breathing. All right. Then on our exhalation, bend your knees. We bend forward. Strong leg. Now you can reach the block. And the hands can be resting on a block. If you're okay, keeping your hands behind you, do so and head down. Or you can, however the pose, it's easier for you. And one more breath. Then exhale. Let's release our hands, and the hands come onto the block or hands to the mat. So we're gonna change the toes pointing out. Point your toes out and bend your knees right and left. So it's more flowing like the flow movement here. Make it smoothly. So we are shifting our weight right side and left side. You can walk your hands on the ground. You can come all the way down if you like. Or you can do just halfway. But when you bend your knees, knee and toe go same direction. Okay. Then we're gonna gradually coming on to, point your right toe. Point your right toe out means to the shorter side of the yoga mat. Then stretch your left leg. So your left toe may be pointing to the longer side of the mat. Then if that's available, we're gonna come up to extended side angle, so your right elbow, right knee, then left hand reach over the head. And you can also use the block. Then slowly rising up. Okay. Then we come to warrior two. And hands to the side. So your right toe, right knee still pointing to the shorter side of the mat and opening. And then inhale, stretch your leg. So keeping your hands to the side. Then exhale, we bend your right knee again. Right kneecap and toe goes same direction, sinking down. And then inhale, rising up. So one more time. So we are so paying attention to the right knee moving to the right toe side, not going inward or outward. Then release and hands on your hip. Then we change our right toe point to the longer side of the mat. Then we're gonna change the left toe point to the shorter side of the mat. Then left kneecap and toe goes same direction, maybe elbow to the knee. Then right hand goes to the side. We stretch the side of the body. All right, last breath. And inhale, rising. Then we come to warrior two pose, hands spread wide. So your right knee, left toe left knee goes to the same direction. And then inhale, keep your hands to the side, but stretch your leg. Then exhale, we bend left knee again to warrior two. So notice how your shoulder is stuck over the hip. You can probably see on the screen yourself. Then keeping our shoulder over the hip. Then come up. Last one. Maybe your arm is getting tired. And then inhale, rising. Then exhale, let's release our hands and face to the longer side of the mat, your toes coming inward. Then hands on your hip, inhale, looking up. Then exhale, we bend forward. So you can use the block, resting your forehead on a block. So if you have a two block, you can stack each other and you can rest your forehead down. Or maybe you can do the different height. Also, you can do this. There's so many ways and make yourself comfortable. So maybe moving the block a little bit away from your leg might be more accessible. Just explore. Relax your shoulder, relax your arm. Last breath. And then slowly we're gonna rise. Then bring your heels in and toes in, heels in, and we're gonna bring our feet closer. And then we bend our knees and we sit down. Okay. Then we're gonna lie down, but let's bring the belt close by. So I have a big group of the belt we're gonna use very soon. All right, lie down. Oh, I need to do the flowy movement. Okay. So sit down and legs forward. Then I always like to use my core to gradually coming down, zipping our legs together. So however you are comfortable coming down, do so. And reach our hands over the head. Let's take a big inhale. And then open your mouth, let it go. One more time, inhale. Open your mouth, let it go. Hug your right knee to the chest. Then as you move your knees, notice the lower back will release. Then left knee to the chest and lower back. Releasing the lower back and lower side to side. Then move your knees out. So making a circle right side and left side. So standing apart. It's a nice release to the sacrum and a glute. Opening the hip joint. And changing the direction of the circle. And when you are ready, plant your feet down to the mat. And the heels are coming very close to your buttock. Hands by your side, palm facing down. Then tuck your navel towards the spine, lift your hips up. And interlace your fingers to the back of the body and lower our shoulders under, lift your pelvis up. At the same time, we creating a space to the front of the neck. And inhale, lift your heels, hands goes up and over. And exhale, slowly lower down. And dropping your knees to the right and left side. All right. So next one, shoulder stand, or you can use the block to lift your legs up. So supported one is the hips come over the block and legs goes up. Legs together. Or shoulder stand, hands come at your lower back and lift your legs up. So whichever you are comfortable with. And if you're doing a shoulder stand and able to bring your toes or legs over the face, do the halasana. And feel the length of the spine. So if you are using a block and lifting your legs up, find the length of the lower back. And still you are comfortable. And finding the length of the spine. And if you are in shoulder stand, gradually lower your hips down to the mat. And if you have a block, let your hips to the block and bend your knees. Plant your feet down to the mat. So maybe this height, same height or higher height, and maybe one leg straighten, just opening the hip flexor and a quad. And then change. And then slowly we are coming down to the mat. Plant your feet down, lift your hip and slide the block away, hips down to the mat. Happy baby. Open your legs wide, just relax the lower back. And move, if you like, roll side to side. So now we are resting on the lower back and gradually moving to the hammock pose. But don't go if your lower back still need some time to release. Okay. Then when you are nicely rested, so hammock pose is one side of the leg connect to the belt and another side is the head. Then we relax into this pose. And finding the length of the neck, back of the neck, spine, and shoulder away from the ear. And we're gonna slowly release only head. And the head, shoulder resting on the mat nicely. Then moving your right leg to the side, open external rotation. So find openness to the inner leg. So your left leg is still grounding. So we engage our left leg to stay down to the mat. Then bend your right knee. We're gonna twist. So your left hand is going to get the belt and move your right leg to the left side. So now outer hip, outer legs to open. Then if you like, you might bend your right knee, catch your right toe with your left hand. That helps to open the quad on left side. Okay, then back to center. Let's switch. So your left leg and your head. And lean to the belt. And relax your arms. And opening the back of the left leg. So by stretching or engaging that body part, right now it's back of the neck and the spine and the back of your left leg. If we do that, the energy flows. Flowing energy in that particular area that we are engaged. So movement is happening there. And slowly we let go, only head resting on the ground. Then catch the belt with your left leg, left hand, and left leg open to the side. So now we are flowing the energy inside inner leg, inner groin, very subtle, but gradually we are opening. So there's a connective tissues called fascia. Fascia is around, so surrounding the muscle. So that the fascia is gradually opening up, and it's kind of getting more hydrated and be able to spread and stretch. The connective tissues are stretching out. Okay, now change. Left leg goes to the right side. You can bend your knees or stretch. So now it's the outer hip, outer leg. You might feel to the lower back. Then spread your left hand to the side so you can find openness to the inner arm, inner chest, and armpit. And if you like, you can bend your right knee, catch your right toe with your left hand. Then now it's opening to the front of the right leg too. So even our body is not moving, but the inside is keep moving, flowing. The blood is flowing, and in the nervous system, they are transmitting the signal, electrical impulse inside of the body, in the nervous system. And signal that we can relax parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. Then when you are ready, gradually release and let go the belt. Then if you like to release the lower back, bend your both knee, then cross your right leg over the left. You can do twist, or you can do dropping your knees side to side, releasing the lower back. So however you like to do. So just dropping your knee to side is very gentle or not so deep a twist. But if you cross the leg and twist, you can have a more deeper twist or more dynamic movement. So however helps to release the lower back, you can hug your knee to the chest too. Then if your lower back is kind of a neutralized or comfortable, Shavasana, last pose for this practice, lie down. Relax our legs and hands and let the gravity take you. And just let it be. So now your body movement or physical moving, the action is done. So now you can just let rest and let the inside of the body works. So let the blood flow. So flowing the energy, vital energy all around your body when you are resting. while you are listening there, I like to share and read some quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, How to Love. Heart like a liver. If you pour a handful of salt into a cup of water, the water becomes undrinkable. But if you pour the salt into a liver, people can continue to draw the water to cook, wash, and drink. The liver is immense, and it has the capacity to receive, embrace, and transform. When our hearts are small, our understanding and compassion are limited, and we suffer. We cannot accept to tolerate others and their shortcomings, and we demand that they change. But when our heart expands, these small things don't make us suffer anymore. We have a lot of understanding and compassion and can embrace others. We can accept others as they are, and they have a chance to transform. So the big question is, how do we help our hearts to grow? Gently bring your fingers and toes moves, inviting some small movements. And the movement becomes bigger and hands goes over the head. Let us stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, exhale. Bring your knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to yourself. Thanks to your body, mind, and heart, whatever you have today. Roll on to one side and gradually coming up to a comfortable seat. Take a big inhale together, hands reach out and up. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center, Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. Let us hold the gratitude and continue our life. Thank you very much for letting me guide through your practice, sharing your time together. Namaste. Thank you.